Yeah, we're still looking at Canva element and design principles. That's what we are looking at. Okay. Yeah, we stopped on, yeah, color wheel. So how to read the color wheel? Get nearby colors work better together. You see, when you're using yellow, you could use green because yellow is nearby green. So you can't use this color. You can't use this plus this. You get, there is a difference. There is a big difference between those two colors, and it could spoil your design. That's one thing. But you could you could use nearby colors like blue and this, or blue and this, or this and this. You get, there is a way it looks better. Nearby colors are more related, and then opposite colors show more contrast. So what is contrast? We could search here and get to know more about contrast. Yeah, contrast means finding or showing a clear difference between two or more things. Shows a difference between two or more things. That is very key when you're designing. So it is better to use nearby colors, and you could also use different colors, like opposite colors. That's, but you can't use very many colors. You could also get to see more and know more about colors and the wheel. You get that wheel. But the key thing to note is nearby colors are related, so you could use them more. And then opposite colors, that really depends. I'm not sure. Okay, that really depends on something. But you can't use very many colors in a design. It's better you use fewer colors, I think. I'd say not more than three. It depends on the logo. It depends on the logo that you have. That is very key. Okay, let's look at three easy color combinations. Monochromatic, one color in light dark version. Yeah. And I used something like that in this design that we created last time. Yeah, we've ruined it, but okay. Let me try to undo. Let me try to undo all of this, and you could see. You can see, but you can see. Yeah, you can see we used light green here, dark green, and this is the darkest of the greens. We get that we used that this monochromatic layering of colors or something like that. Okay, you could also use analogous colors. You design a card and you design it in these three colors. That is, you could also use that, or you could use complementary colors. That is something we saw there. Complementary are like colors sitting in opposite each other. You could also use them. That is very key to note. Yeah, this is more like colors that the least dark, and then the next dark color, and then the the like use more like a hierarchy. This is darker than this, that is like it's more like the same color, but one color is darker than the other. And then here you can use nearby colors. That's what we mean. For example, look at color green is near to blue. That's what we are saying by what that's what we mean by that. You get, okay? That's what we mean by that. And then complementary colors that are opposite each other. Don't guess colors, choose a relationship. That is very key. What is an accent color? Okay. What is an accent color? An accent color, a small, an accent color is a small, let's see it. Yes. What is an accent color? An accent color is small extra color used to attract attention to something important. You get, for example, this is bad. We used purple, 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 yeah. But here I used white, 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 and purple. That is an accent color. One color that an accent color is powerful because you don't use it everywhere. So this color, it shows that this thing, for example, this button is very important. That's the use of using an accent color. You get, there is a difference between this and that, because this is purple, purple, purple. You don't get to know that this is important. But when using white, 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 and purple, you've used an accent color, and that shows that something here is more important than this. Okay, let's look at contrast. Contrast, a clear difference between two things. Contrast, a clear difference between two things. Yeah, uh, make important differences obvious. So this is title 30, subtitle 28. This is title 60, subtitle 26. So like we searched here, contrast means finding or showing a clear difference between two or more things. So this is the difference. This is dark and this is white. You get? That's the difference. That's the difference between the two. This is dark, this is white, man, and then this is light. Okay. There is a way this text isn't clear or isn't clear to the reader. It's not seen visibly. That's what I could say about that. Making a clear difference between two things, that's contrast. Finding or showing a clear difference between two or more things. There's a difference. These two texts seem actually the same, this and that, but there is a big difference between this and that. You get, this is larger than this, and that shows a big difference between the two. You get, and then we could also look at this alignment is more like placing objects so they share a clear visual line. Yeah, alignment. For example, this there's a way I did this, but you could see the lines that go through this. You get, you could see the lines that go through as I'm moving this. These are also in Canva. You get, these are aligned because there is a way. This design is like they start from almost the same margin, but this is a difference between this. So this starts from here, and then this starts from the middle, and then this starts from wherever. That's the difference between the two. You get, these have like more like a margin where they start from, and these don't start from a margin. Your design has to be aligned. Even when you're done, when you're from doing the design and you're done with it, you have to like move it. Have to make sure that you move it like this. These lines also appear in Canva, and when you get to a point like this and it shows that, yeah, it is aligning, you get, that's how you could get to know that it's aligning, and you like keep it there. Yeah, we could also look at this spacing and proximity. Spacing is more like the white space or the extra space in your design. You get, all these all this is very necessary if you like making a design. This is very, very necessary because you get to know where to put your design. Even when you're prompting, this is very key. You get, you could see the difference between this and that. You get, text Saturday 4 p.m. You get this Saturday has to be near 4. This Saturday has to be near 4 p.m. to communicate a message. But you could see Saturday 4 p.m. This shows this message is one, and then this shows that Saturday 4 p.m. This shows that everything is scattered, and Saturday isn't the same. The Saturday 4 p.m. somebody could click out and from your design and get to be confused by your design. You get, so related things stay together, important things need breathing room. Yeah. And final challenge, you get, there's a difference, and you could see this is the bad design because one, it's not aligned. This is starting from here, this is starting from here, and you see the colors that are being used are so different, you get. And the question is, what would you fix in this design? Find the mistakes, fonts, colors, alignment, and spacing mistakes, and try to fix a design like this. Okay, that's it for the session. Yeah, thank you for attending, and I hope you've got something from this session.